Hi everyone, welcome to Chinese Pod. My name's Fiona.
我是方景
And welcome to part 3 of our 请问 on the character le. And in this particular segment, we're dealing with the emphasis le. In the previous 2 videos, we talked about the action complete le. We talked about the change of state le. And now we're talking about this emphasis le. It's one of those le's that you learn. It's probably one of your first phrases in Chinese. And it's like continuously confusing up until advanced level. So we're going to try and shed some light on this elusive le and give you some clear examples and contexts where you can use it and where you need to use it.
那这个第三个我们说语气表示强烈的一个语气的了，它也是一样在句子的最后面，所以其实常常会跟第二个那个 change of state 这个了搞在一起啊，但它们是不一样的，因为这个第三个语气强调语气的了，它跟 change of state都没有关系。
So this particular le is often confused with the second le we talked about, the change of state le, because they both are found at the end of sentences, but they serve very different purposes. And even though the first one also deals with the tone and the mood of the sentence, and so does this one, they're there for different reasons. So let's look at one of the easiest examples you'll find.
同学们第一个学到的就是这个 phrase 太哒哒哒了
太棒了，太好了，太
烂了太糟了
So this 太了 sandwich is a classic example of this third emphasis le, right? It's there to give that extra oomph to that sentence, right? And you can't just say 太好，太棒。
没有
If you want to make a statement to say this is really good, really bad, really awesome, 太好了，太棒了，太糟了。
太好吃了。所以这样才是一个短句子，所以了一样，了在最后面，这个句子就完成了。所以呢，在这个时候，我们用这个太什么什么了，它其实没有改变，没有告诉你新的情况，没有告诉你有什么改变，也没有告诉你动作做完，只是在句子的最后面表示一个强烈的语气。
So it doesn't give you any new information. It doesn't talk about when an action has not been completed. It's there. Its main function is to give extra emphasis and an extra oomph, an extra tone to the thing that you're trying to say. And it's necessary in order for you to complete that sentence.
比较常见的一种你要强调出来的情绪，常常是赞美。
So often it's used in praise, right? In situations where you're giving praise, you'll find this le a lot.
或者是不满意、不高兴。
Yeah, or if you're unhappy about something and you want to show your displeasure.
或者是惊讶
Or shock. 太糟了，对It's terrible.
太可怕了
Yeah, it's so scary.
对，所以这个了在最后就是一个真的是完全是一个情绪的表现。那除了在初级你学到这个太什么了以后呢，你就会看到在一些句子的最后面出现这个了，可是也不是第一个 complete action complete 这个了，也不是 situation change 的了，那它就是这个第三个。
So as your Mandarin kind of progresses, you'll find these annoying little le's tagged on the end of the sentences. You're like, that's not an action complete. It's not a change of state. And if that's the case, if it's neither of the above, it's probably this third type of emphasis le. So let's look at when the sentences and the situations are getting a bit more complex and we see this le. So let's have some examples.
比方说你打开门看到你的朋友坐在你家门口，你会说你怎么坐在这儿了
Yeah. So if you open your door and suddenly your friend's sitting in your flat, like Nick Fury when in Captain America, it's like, what are you doing here? Right?
你怎么坐在这儿了你怎么在这儿了
So in this case, this le isn't 100% necessary, but because you're shocked in that situation, right? You want to express that shock. You need to tag that le along.
或者是呢他哪里晓得了
Yeah. What does he know? What does she know about it?
这个晓得了不是说他 晓得这件事完成，没有，也没有改变，因为你问的是他怎么晓得了，意思是他不可能晓得。
Yeah. So in this particular sentence, you're not saying that they didn't know and now they know. You don't know if they know or not. And it's not an action complete. It's not like they learned something. You're simply saying, how would she know? I don't know. They definitely don't know, right? 他哪里晓得了？
所以这个就是一个不满意的情绪，强烈的不满意的情绪。
So here you're expressing your strong dislike, displeasure towards this thing. You're like, what would they know? Let's have one more example, Constance.
比方说呢，我想找一个人帮我做一件事，想了半天，只有想到一个，我就会说，这件事只有他能做了。
So if you've thought long and hard for someone to help you on a particular project, but you can only think of that one person, you're like, I guess they're the only person that can help me.
这件事只有他能做了。
Only she can do this particular thing.
所以这个了在这里只是把句子结束说完，然后表达一种这样子的感觉。
Yeah. So let's remove the le and let's see what we've got left, right? 这件事只有他能做. Again, it leaves the person that's listening to you like, so she can do it because, right? But if you add this le, you're kind of building in a little sigh there, right? You're saying, oh, only she can do this thing. Right, so then the situation, the context becomes more clear.
那么再来就是看到这个了，把一个句子，我们刚刚说它就是放在句子最后面，表示句子说完了。
I finished saying what I want to say.
对。
I've either sighed, I've either showed my displeasure, my anger, or my surprise on something, and I've finished saying what I want to say.
所以最后有一个例子就是，今天我们工作了好长的时间，然后忙了很久，说我们今天就弄到这儿了。
So this is where we're getting to today on this particular thing that we're doing.
所以这边这个了，你可以不说我们今天就弄到这儿。但是你加上这个了，表示这句话我说完了。
Right. So of course, I mean, the thing is, we never want to tell you. I mean, this is a living language, right? There's no 100% right and wrong. You can definitely say 我们就弄到这儿. Right? But it feels more complete, right? You're trying to emphasize that, okay, this is where that's it, guys, right? 我们今天就弄到这儿了. Right? It's these little things that will make your Mandarin sound much more native and much more natural.
我们拿一个来跟它做对照好了。比方我们说，今天我们就弄到这儿吧。同学们知道这个吧是一个 suggestion，然后我们就弄到这儿吧。有点像是好吗？好不好？
好吗？ Yeah.
但如果你说我们今天就弄到这儿了，你已经决定这件事情。
Yeah. So there you go. There's a clear distinction there. If you say 我们今天就弄到这儿吧, you're like, should we just stop here? Should we not stop here? Right? You'll be waiting for a response. But if you say 我们今天就弄到这儿了, you've made a decision. This is where you guys are going to get to. That's it.
没错。
Just to add something on top of what we've learned for this third la is that you'll often hear it with la, which then turns into la. So because this is an emphasis particle, it's very natural to tag it along with another emphasis particle. Just one thing of note, I think it does make things sound a bit cuter.
有一点
Right? So you can say like, 你怎么坐在这儿了啦？
怎么坐在这儿啦？
他哪里晓得了啦？啦 right? So there is a kind of, if you want to be a bit more playful, but if you hear people say la or this is definitely the emphasis. La.
没错。
Oh, guys, okay, we've covered all 3 las. We've tried our best. We hope that makes things a bit clearer for you. We appreciate you'll have loads of questions and we'll try our best to answer them. As mentioned before, the teaching of la, let alone the understanding of la, is still something that's still in progress in teaching Chinese as a second language. So you have to bear with the fact that maybe there are certain cases where it's a bit more ambiguous. But these are three main categories that will definitely be useful in your learning. But once you have these three Le's as main guidelines, we're hoping that you'll find them much clearer when you come across them in the future.
没错。
And now we close the lid on the Pandora's box of Le. In future, if we come across these Le's, we'll hopefully be able to refer you to these videos so you're a bit more clear on which Le it is. Okay, guys, we hope you'll find these videos useful, and we'll see you again next time. 我们说完了。
下次见了，
拜拜，
拜拜，
拜拜。看，好。